Google has released a free PDF explaining how prompt engineering works. In fact, they have explained a lot of important details that can help you upskill yourself and understand prompt engineering from a very technical perspective. Now, if you're a non-technical beginner, I will teach you how to use Google's another AI tool called NotebookLM. It's completely free, and NotebookLM can convert any PDF, any book, any complicated website into simpler notes as well as a proper podcast. So you can literally upload a 100-page long PDF and NotebookLM would convert it into a conversation between two AI avatars, and the fun part is that you can also join that conversation and speak in between. There's another important tool by Google called AI Studio. Shavik will help you understand the use cases of that and how exactly as a non-technical person you can make the most of Google AI Studio. So today these two tools will help you understand all the amazing things that even Google has launched in their portfolio, and I hope this helps you as a beginner. So let's get started. Alright, so you can download the PDF from this link right here. I will attach the link, and once you have it, this is how the PDF looks like. So let me just take you through the contents. They basically explain you how does an LLM work. So LLM stands for a large language model. If you don't want to understand this, you can still skip it. But this part right here about prompt engineering is where you will find the most valuable information around all the different kinds of prompting techniques. Now, because we have already explained you how prompting works, I'm not going to explain you the PDF, but I'll show you how to use this PDF to fast track your learning using NotebookLM. So if you go to notebooklm.google and click on try NotebookLM, you'll see this window right here. So I am already logged into my Gmail account. So it says create your first notebook. So I'll click on create. And this is where the fun begins, right? Here you can either upload a PDF or an audio file, or you can attach any Google document or Google slide, or you can paste a link of a YouTube video, which could be a very long lecture or even a website as well, or you can just copy paste the text. So if I go to my PDF right here and save this on my desktop, I can upload that into NotebookLM and simply start learning from it. So I'm just going to put this on my desktop. I'll go to NotebookLM, click on upload sources, and select my file. Now, it takes a bit of time to upload the file depending on how many pages you have. On the left are the sources. This is where you add all the information that you want to learn from. This can be videos, websites, PDF, whatever it may be. So you can do a lot of stuff. And if you want to add more sources, you will click on the add button. If you click on discover, you can actually describe what you would like to learn and then get recommendations from NotebookLM. So in the center, you can see a basic summary of what this PDF is like. Alright, so in just a few seconds, I was able to generate a mind map of everything that has been taught inside the PDF. So I can actually click on these and open the branches one by one. So as you can see, as soon as I clicked on these branches, I can now go through everything that they have discussed in the introduction. So if I go here, and let's just say I go to prompting techniques, right? And now within the prompting techniques, I have so many interesting things. Let's just say I want to understand tree of thoughts, right? Now within tree of thoughts, you have more and more techniques, and then you can have a conversation on the mind map. Now this is insanely useful, but things become even better because on the top right corner, we also have an audio overview section. So if I click on generate, NotebookLM will read the entire PDF and create a live conversation that I can be a part of. So it takes a few minutes, but let me show you, this will absolutely blow your mind. While this is generating, if I click on study guide, FAQ, briefing doc, I will actually have NotebookLM create these interesting notes. So if I click on study guide right here, if I was a teacher teaching this subject, it will help me create a quiz, the answer key as well, and a glossary of all the key terms. So if I am preparing for an exam as well, these are some questions that I can use to prepare, which is so valuable. If I go to the second option right here, these are basic notes. So it has made like a list of important things that the entire PDF is talking about. And then we also have an overview of everything that they have written along with quotes as well. So it's an extremely powerful tool. I usually stick to either the mind mapping tool or the conversation tool because those two ones are the most crazy ones. So we now have the podcast with me, and it's a 49-minute long podcast, and let me play this for you.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling prompt engineering. You know, you fire off prompts to AI all the time, right?
Yeah, constantly.
But turning those
These are AIs, by the way.
really targeted requests that get you seriously insightful outputs, well, that's the skill we're digging into.
Exactly.
Think about asking
Now these two are talking about this, right? And you can listen this while you're in traffic and while you're going for work. Now, if I click on interactive mode, let me show you what happens. So when I click on interactive mode, I can actually be a part of the conversation. So I hope this has been able to get captured from my mic, but let me just do this. So now if I click on play, the conversation will start from the beginning.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're
And now when I click on join, I'll be able to speak in between.
fire off.
Oh, wait. Someone wants to join. Hey, go for it.
Hi. Oh, so by the way, if you're doing this for the first time, you have to make sure that you click on allow this time. And hey, I actually had some questions.
Time. It really does fly when you're diving deep into fascinating topics, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And it's great that you're here with us as we unpack all of it.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, can you just help me understand the best prompting technique for a college student?
Hi there. That's a fantastic question and super relevant.
Absolutely. When you're a college student, you're often looking to synthesize information.
Let me just take the mic there to just make you see how it's talking.
So, thinking about what the paper discusses, something like few-shot prompting could be really useful for you.
Definitely.
So now it is actually answering my question, and we are in such a magical time. I really hope that colleges and institutions actually look at this, because this will completely change the way how people learn in general, and this is just phase one. The next tool that we will teach you right now is called Google AI Studio. Now if I go here and type Google AI Studio, you'll be able to access it for free. This is where you can check out Google's latest AI model. So when you go here for the first time, you can actually just click on try Gemini, and this is how it looks. The UI keeps on changing from time to time, but Shavik right now will take you through some of the most coolest features that this thing has. Trust me, even if you are a non-technical person, understanding the power of Gemini through Google AI Studio will always put you at a higher pedestal than people who are just using normal Gemini through the normal interface. Like, this is the real playground where a lot of cool things happen.
Hello, my name is Savik and welcome to the tutorial on Google AI Studio. So the first thing that you want to do is open up your web browser and type Google AI Studio and go to the link, and this is the first page that you'll see. It's time to build, experience the multimodal, use Google AI Studio, try Gemini. Okay, so let's see what all options you have. You need to give consent, click I accept, and that's it. You can start building with Google AI Studio directly. I'll walk you through the UI, but before that, I want to show you a very interesting feature on Google AI Studio. On the left navigation panel, go to stream real time, and a lot of people have been talking about these features where you can share your screen and Google will look at what's going on your screen. It could be any application, maybe how to download an application, or it will teach you coding. But I'm going to show you something interesting. I'm going to show you how you can use the Gemini feature to use your webcam to share Google what you're looking at and get real-time feedback. Okay, let's start with that. So you'll have to allow microphone. Okay. Hi, what am I holding in my hand?
You are holding a foldable phone in your hand. Is there anything else I can help you with?
What is this and how can I connect this to my phone?
The item in your hand appears to be a white case for wireless earbuds, possibly from OnePlus, and you can usually connect them to your phone via Bluetooth. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Yes, can you tell me what this bottle is about? What is written on the bottle?
The bottle has Kawasaki Kolkata written on it, along with some drawings of Kolkata city landmarks. Is there anything else you would like to ask?
Can you see a picture of a yellow taxi?
Yes, I can see a picture of a yellow taxi on the bottle. Is there anything else you would like to ask?
Can you tell me who made this yellow taxi? I want to know the name of the company.
I'm sorry, I cannot tell you who made the yellow taxi image, since it is just part of the drawing on the bottle. Is there something else I can assist you with?
Can you tell me what these two buttons are for my watch?
I see the person in the video is holding up their left arm, and there is a watch on their wrist. I see two buttons on the right-hand side of the watch. Is this what you mean?
Yes, can you tell me what these two buttons do?
I can see the watch in the video, and it appears to have a dial and two push buttons on the right-hand side. It is difficult for me to tell what the buttons do without knowing the specific model of the watch, or being able to physically interact with it. Would you like me to guess at the most common functions for buttons of that style?
Yes, it's a chronograph watch. What does these buttons do?
Okay, if it's a chronograph watch, the top button is likely used to start and stop the chronograph function, which is like a stopwatch, and the bottom button is likely used to reset the chronograph. Is that helpful?
Yes, I can also see a dial and this rotates. Can you tell me what's the function of this rotating dial?
Based on the video, it looks like the rotating dial is the bezel of the watch. It can be used to track elapsed time or time a particular event. Would you like more information on this?
Yes, what can I use this for?
You can use the rotating bezel to time events like cooking or parking time, for example. To time an event, rotate the bezel so the zero mark lines up with the minute hand on the watch face. Then, as the event goes on, you can read the elapsed time on the bezel. Does that help?
Yeah. Can you help me how I can connect this to my phone? Can you tell me the model of my phone?
Sure, I see a foldable phone in your left hand. It looks like a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip. Is that right?
Yes. I want to connect it to the earbuds in my hand. How do I connect it?
Okay, to connect those earbuds to your Samsung Galaxy Z Flip, you'll first need to open the charging case, and then on your phone go to Settings, Connections, and then Bluetooth. Once you're there, select Scan or Pair New Device and it should show up. You can then select it and connect it to the phone. Would you like me to explain anything else?
No, that sounds great. Thank you. So that's how Stream Real-Time works on Google AI Studio. So I was able to show it my earphones, my earbuds, and my phone, and it was able to tell me how I can connect this to my phone. I was in fact able to show my water bottle, and it told me that this is from Kolkata and it has a yellow taxi which is from Hindustan Motors. That is in fact a really big deal. So let's look at other features from Google AI Studio. So if you go to create prompt on the left, you'll be able to see some basic prompts that you can click. You can click on math tutor, video Q&A. So I'm just going to select one of this first to see what it gives. Okay, so you can use that as a basic ChatGPT, Claude kind of thing. So it's basically using Gemini in the backend. So I'm going to go back to create prompt here again. It doesn't save your chats automatically. So to enable chat, you need to enable autosave. So click on that and it will ask you to log in. So once you have enabled your chat, you need to click on the library, and from here you can select the ones which you have saved. Okay, to save a prompt, go on the top, and from here you can rename your prompt, and I can just type math tutor and math tutor equations, and you can just click on save, and this will show up on your library. Otherwise, if you don't save any prompt, it's gonna go away. Hey, how are you? So if I go to another tab, it's gonna vanish and it's not going to show up in your library. So make sure you're saving your prompts with this option on the top. So edit the title, save it, and then go to the library to check your saved prompt. Okay, so let's move on to the drive part. So all of this is being stored in your Google Drive. Let's look at this option for comparing two different LLM models. So if you click on compare, it's very similar to llmarina.ai, which allows you to compare two models, but in this case, these are all Google models. So you can click Gemini 2.0 Flash and Flashlight, and you can just type which is greater, 8.22 or 9.11, and let's see the output. Okay, I have no idea why it's showing 11, but let's see if it's able to, if you click on this button called rerun, it should rerun it for, yeah, now it shows 9.11 is greater than 8.22. Let's rerun this as well. Okay, so you can compare the output of different models here. So some of them might be better, some of them are not as good. So go to create prompt again, and from the right navigation panel, you can select the model you want to use. All of this might sound really confusing, but if you hover on to each one of them, you'll be able to see what they're best for. For example, Gemini 2.0 Flashlight. This is used for long context, and this is one of the key features of Google Gemini. It can have really long context. If you see the number of token counts that it can have, it's over 1 million. So this is what differentiates Google Gemini and Google AI Studio from all the other applications. If you want to use smaller AI models, you can go ahead with Gemma, which has really small parameters. So it's 27 billion, 2 billion. You can select the one which you want. So let's look at the second model, which is Gemini 2.0 Flash Image Generation Experimental. Select the model and then select a sample media from here. And let's just say we want the picture of this turtle. Okay, let's just write anything, make it fly in the sky. Let's see the output. Well, it has changed the direction, but it's still not the sky. Change the background to blue sky. Okay, let's see. So in the output format, you should be able to see images and text by default. Okay, yeah, this is somewhat similar to what I was looking for. So this is a turtle who's flying in the sky, and yeah, you can select any other image, and you can also ask Gemini to do something with it. Maybe you can change the background, you can ask it to change anything else you want. So these work really well. So let's select this one and change the background to F1 racetrack racing car. Let's see. Well, that doesn't look really good. I'm gonna ask it to prompt. I'm prompting it again to change background to racing arena. I think you just need to assign one task at a time. So I asked it to do two things here. It was able to add the F1 racing car. It's not really looking good, but let me see if it can. Okay, it has changed. Okay, let me just remove the car. You can also see the token count here on your right. This temperature is something that you use to control the creativity of responses. If it's set to a higher number, the model will give you more creative responses, which may or may not be consistent. But if it's at 0, it will have no creativity and it will give you really plain. Instead of removing the car, I think it removed the bicycle. So I think that it's not able to comprehend the prompt properly, or it's not giving good results. But I think if you keep trying with the prompts a little more, it should be able to give you your desired results. So let's go back to the prompt. So go to create prompt, click on this plus sign and select YouTube video. So it will ask you for a YouTube video URL. You can go to youtube.com and you can select for any video that you want. I'm just going to select a simple Google AI Studio video from Google. Yeah, let's select this one. I'm going to click share and it has that link, or you can select it from here directly. So copy paste that, add to prompt, and you can, if you want the transcript, or you can just be like summarize this with the transcript, or you can just be like, I just want the transcript for this, so maybe just extract the transcript. This is one use case that you can use. Okay, so you can see that it's I think around 2.5 minutes long, and you can see the entire transcript for this video. So it has used around 45,000 tokens. You can see the number of count. You can also provide it longer videos, so up to 30 minutes it's going to be able to process. So that's one good thing that we can use here with this option for selecting YouTube video. And you can click on camera, and you can also select your picture. You can take a screenshot and you can ask it to do something. You can use the image editing tool directly from here. You can upload your files from Google Drive, you can upload your file from your directory, or you can also use a sample media. So the other thing is these tools that we have here on the right panel. Let me go to a fresh prompt, and if I type who is the president of USA, okay, the president of United States is Joe Biden. If you go to models and if you see the knowledge cutoff, it's of August 2024. So in August 2024, Joe Biden was the president of United States. But if you want the latest results, if you want Google Gemini to look into the internet before answering, you should turn on this option called grounding with Google search. So now you can rerun this and it's going to use Google search, and it's going to say that as of 23rd March 2025, it's Donald Trump. So let's look at some other output, maybe scrape data and put a JSON. So this is a JSON file. You have the key and the value. So on the left you have the key and on the right you have the value. So you can create a JSON file like that by selecting the generate structured output option, right? So I'm going to select code execution now. I'm going to show you power of 3, 3. Let's see. Yeah, so you can also type something else if you want the code execution. So you can write Fibonacci series, and let's say what it does, print up to 10 terms. So if you have the code execution on, it's going to execute code in the prompt, and it's also going to give you the code execution result. So whatever you want, you can always go ahead and use this option for this particular thing. For function calling, this tool is not compatible because we need to select. So if you click on edit, basically you'll be able to see all these options, enter a list of function declaration for the model to call upon. If you click on API documentation, you will be able to understand more about this particular thing. So introduction to function calling from Gemini API, how function calling works. So basically you create tool object function declaration. So basically if you want the get weather function, so it's going to have description and all these things. So you can add function calling here as well. Right. So let's go back to create prompt again and select get code. So if you see the get code option here, you can see you can run this prompt with the Gemini API after installing the relevant package. If you click on these links, you'll be able to see the documentation for that. And also if you click on the API docs. So this is going to give you a quick reference as to how you can install Gemini and how you can use the API. So if you go to the get API key, this is going to help you to set up your API on Google Cloud, and you can also use the Google Cloud functions. So if you click on API key, create API key, it's going to ask you to, let's see, use your API key securely, do not share with them. So this is going to be your API key. You can click on copy and then you can use your API key in your code, right? So I can see that I've created an API key here. I can also delete this. Okay, so let's go back to the Google Studio again. So the next option that I wanted to show you was tune a model. So if you click on tune a model here and click structured output, you can give an optional tone and style instructions for the model. So be concise and answer in one sentence. Okay, user input, define Python. Python is either a snake or a programming language. Let's add something else. Be concise and humorous and answer in one sentence. Okay, and let's write a test input, define Apple. Let's see, an apple is either a fruit or a company that makes you question your life choices every time you need a new charger. So it is quite funny because you can fine tune your model with tune a model. And let me give another prompt here. So I asked it to be concise, and you can, give your options like this. So let's go back to another application. So this was how you can fine tune a model, and you can select the kind of tone that you want for your model. You can define sample input and output, and the model will accordingly give you an answer. If you go to prompt gallery here, there's a huge collection of prompts that you can use. For example, the recipe list. So generate a list of cookie recipes, make the outputs in JSON format. A structured output is turned on here. So yeah, this is what you can do. You can go ahead, select all these apps, and you can search. If you go to starter apps, you can see that these are applications built on top of Gemini. You can clone them on GitHub. GitHub is a platform to save all your code, and it's a version control application. So people build application and then push their code on GitHub, so everyone else can see it if you're looking at an open source application. So let's click on Map Explorer. I'm going to show you one of these apps that are made on Google Gemini, and it's available in Google AI Studio. Take me somewhere cold. So it's one of the coldest permanently inhabited. So it's going to take you to these places. You can select and you can see where these places are. And you can also ask questions. Best place in India for food. Okay, let's ask, are you being biased? All right, so it's saying that best place in India for food is Lucknow, and you can go to Lucknow. So it's going to recommend you places, and this is the output. Right, so you can go and check out the other two apps as well. So spatial understanding will help you to understand a photo with spatial analysis. If I click on that, let me select one of these options, maybe this, and items, let's select this one, to foods. Okay, let's see if it is adding these boxes here. Okay, so these are some of the applications that you can see in the starter apps. If you click on the API documentation, it's gonna take you to Gemini developer API section, where you can learn how you can use Gemini API key in your code base, and that's about it from API. And if you click on developer forum, this is a place where developers discuss about Google AI Studio and what people are building with it. So make sure to check that out as well. So going back to stream real time, this is where the real fun happens. And we already saw how Gemini can look at your webcam and it can identify objects. Now let's try to do something else. If we share our screen, let's say entire screen, and share. Hi, I want to learn coding. Where should I go and learn coding? Can you help me with that?
Sure, there are many resources available to learn coding. Do you have a specific programming language or area of coding you're interested in?
Yes, I want to start with the very basics and want to go deeper into programming. So I'm thinking C++ or Java.
Okay, starting with the basics and then moving into C++ or Java is a good approach. There are many websites that offer free resources for learning to code. Would you like me to suggest some websites that offer introductory materials for those languages?
Yes, can you suggest me some websites and I can go and directly start coding from there? I want some hands-on experience.
Absolutely. Okay, here are a few websites where you can start coding directly. Codecademy, Khan Academy, and FreeCodeCamp. These websites offer a good mix of interactive lessons and coding challenges. They are great for beginners, but you might also find some advanced content there. Would you like me to look up some resources specific to C++ or Java for you?
Yes, I want to directly start using Java, so I think I can use online IDE for C++.
Great choice. Using an online IDE is a fantastic way to get started coding immediately. It eliminates the need to set up a local development environment. Many websites offer online C++ IDEs.
Can you tell me-
share suggestions, or would you rather?
Can you tell me what's on my screen? I can see some code. Is this C++? And what does this mean?
On your screen is an online C++ compiler. The code you see is a basic C++ program. The hashtag include less than IOStream greater than line includes a library for input-output operations. The int main defines the main function where the program execution begins. The line std cout less than try programize.pro will print that text to the console, and the return statement will indicate successful execution. Do you have any questions about that code?
If I remove the return 0, will this code still work or throw an error?
Generally, in modern C++, if the main function doesn't have a return statement, it defaults to returning 0, which indicates successful execution. However, it's considered good practice to explicitly include the return 0 for readability and to make it clear that the program terminated without errors. In some older compilers, it may throw an error, but in general, your code should run. Do you have any other questions about this?
What if I change the int main to void main? Is this correct now?
Changing int main to void main is generally not recommended in standard C++. While it might work on some compilers, it's not guaranteed to be correct and can lead to unexpected behavior or errors. The C++ standard dictates that the main function should return an integer. Therefore, sticking with int main is the best way to go. Do you have any other questions I can answer about C++?
This was one example for coding. Let's start another one to see if it can help with design as well. I'm going to go to a new tab and I want you to help me with Canva.
Okay, you want help with Canva. What do you want to do with Canva?
I want to create an invitation card for my friends who are coming for a party.
Okay, you want to create an invitation card for a party using Canva. You'll first need to log in. Do you want to use the option to sign in with Google, or do you have another way to log into Canva?
Okay, I'm here and I'm going to select invitation. Okay, I'm going to select invitation portrait, and from here I want your help to create an invitation for me.
Okay, you have selected an invitation in portrait format. Now, you want help creating the invitation. Do you have any specific ideas on the style you'd like for the invitation, or would you like me to help you select from one of the templates available on the left?
Help me select from one of the templates and then we can add elements later. It's a casual party, so you can help me add some elements.
Okay, since it is a casual party, let's look at some of the templates available and see if one catches your eye. How about we try the invitation category?
Okay, there are other categories. Okay, I can see party invitation, and yes, let's select this one. Yeah, now what should I do?
Okay, now you've selected the black and gold elegant dinner party template. What do you want to do next? Do you want to change the text or add any additional elements?
I want to add additional elements. How can I do that? I want to remove these elements as well.
Okay, to add additional elements, you can click on the Elements tab on the left sidebar. Once you do that, you can search for a specific element or browse through the different options available. Would you like me to show you how that looks?
Yeah, which elements can I search for? Suggest me some elements I can add to my invitation card for the casual party.
Okay, for a casual party invitation, you could search for elements like confetti, balloons, party hats, or cocktail glasses. You can also search for more abstract shapes or lines to add to your design. Would you like to try searching for any of these?
Yeah, I just did that. So help me add these and how I can finalize it, and then what should I do? Should I write my name here?
Yes, you should change Avery Davis to your name. You can click on that text box and then edit the text there.
Okay, Perfect. So this is where I should add. And what else do I do? Do I need to remove this or does it look okay?
That box is a placeholder, so you will want to add the address to the party there, but you can remove it if you'd like to place the address elsewhere. What else would you like to do with your invitation card? Do you want to add an image or change the color scheme?
Let's change the color scheme.
Okay, to change the color scheme, you can click on any element or part of the background that you want to change. Then you can use the color picker to select a new color. Which part of the invitation would you like to change the color of first?
Let's change the background color.
Okay, click on the background of the invitation to select it, and then use the color picker that appears on the toolbar to choose a new color for the background. Do you have a specific color in mind?
Okay, so I'm gonna finish the stream, and this is how you can use the stream real-time option on Gemini, Google AI Studio, to learn about coding, to learn about design, Canva, anything that you want to learn about. You can share your screen and you can have a real-time AI assistant guiding you and helping you learn different things. So this is really good, and it's going to help a lot of people skip all the hassle of going to YouTube tutorials, and they can just continue talking. Right now, according to my opinion, I think that it's still under progress, so it's still experimental. It asks you a lot of questions before answering. So this is something that's going to be work in progress. And yeah, go ahead, go to aistudio.google.com, play around with all the options which I just showed you, especially the stream real-time option. You can show the webcam your things and you can ask questions. You can ask it to translate text. If you don't know anything on your phone, if you don't know how to, update a software or something like that, you can go ahead, ask Google AI Studio that. So we are actually living in a really fun time, and this is going to change a lot of things. So that's it from me, and bye. So these are all the things that you can do with Google AI Studio. I'd recommend you check out the API documentation if you want to use it with your code, but definitely check out the stream real time, use the webcam, show it some objects and ask questions. And that's it. This is Souvik Roy signing off.
We had never made a video on NotebookLM or Google AI Studio, so I thought it was high time that we cover these subjects as well. The best part is that you can try all of it for free, so I'll put all the links in description. The PDF to learn prompt engineering is also going to be in the description. Make sure you comment below what would you want us to cover next. We have already released free courses on this YouTube channel that will teach you AI agents, video editing, content creation, increasing your followers, make.com, automations, every fundamental skill for beginners has been taught here, all for free. Please make sure that you share this across WhatsApp groups, on LinkedIn. I would love to see your notes on social media. I hope that you're taking care of your mind and body. This is your dost Ansh Mehra signing out.